in, everyone. We are building the retro radio. I got this for Christmas. It's been on my wish list for a while. Welcome in, Lumi. Thank you for coming back. Yes, this has been on my list for a while, and I got it for Christmas. Yeah, from my hubby. I was like, did I get it for my husband or my brother-in-law? But no, hubby got it. I'm so excited. You can put your phone in it, and it's supposed to like make it, sound like a sound brick. Well, there's a sound brick in it, but like one of those take along speakers. You're supposed to be able to put your phone in the back. I did bring up digital directions that way in case the book is like, sometimes it's not that the book is like thick, but it's just large for my desk or like the available desk space. So I do have the digital directions up just in case. It's just over 900 pieces, so not like a terribly large build, but I do feel like there's more bags and less pieces in each bag now. Like that has changed over time. So we'll see. Yeah. The book isn't terribly large, but it's just kind of big for my like available space. So it's a good thing I brought up the digital directions. And then we have our little waiver thingy about the battery. Caution thingy. Let's see. 7, 8, 4, 6, 3, 2. Ooh, a big piece. We'll set that off to the side. Ooh, bag 1. And 5. So there's 8 bags. Oh, I was like, what the hell was that noise? It was probably the sound brick. Never mind me. I had issues. It must have been like I must have squeezed it in one of the bags or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just hearing things. Another brick separator. I finally brought my thing in and cleaned off all like some of the stuff like sorting stuff back in here or in here. I shouldn't say back in here, but in here kind of near the computer where I was or where I streamed, so that I can get back into sorting in the beginning as people kind of filter in. I didn't get everything brought in, but I did get some. Okay, let's see. Let's get a press the wrong button. Click the wrong button. A Stream Raiders battle going. I can't talk today. Let's see. Tanks and Amazons. I feel like I had a different Amazon. Let's go to skins. Equip. Oh yes, that's what it is. I was like, I know I had a different Amazon. What was it? But it's a sunflower. So there's my warrior. There it is. I was like, I knew I had a different one, but I kept not being able to find it. I change these skins and then I forget what they look like. There we go. Welcome in, Fantasy. Hopefully the school day is going well. There we go. Okay, actually, I should have went to screen sharing because I like to show you guys kind of like the beginning. Where is that? Web browsing, there we go. I like to show you guys the those first couple pages where they talk about the build, you know. So they're showing like kind of like where they got the inspiration for like the shape and whatnot. Then it says, before music streaming took over our world, the transistor radio was one of the most groundbreaking inventions in portable music. You could carry it with you wherever you went, switch between AM and FM stations to find your favorite music or news channel. Got more books from the library. Don't you have ones you need to return? Find your favorite music or news channel and try to catch the latest hit song in between the scratchy static on the airwaves. From parties to workplaces to the beach. Throughout the 20th century, the music transistor radio inspired generations with new music genres, radio shows, serials that left fans on the edge of their seats, and world news that would make history. You return them? Well, that's good. It says, from your LEGO radio host. This LEGO Icons retro radio is inspired by the colors and designs of the 60s and 70s and is designed to recreate the experience of playing a classic transistor radio. It involved not only our model designers and graphic designers, but also our sound engineers and engineering specialists as well. With the sound of a working on-off switch, the AM/FM selector, and the moving turner needle, and the option to snap in your smartphone, we hope you will have hours of fun discovering all the details in your radio, including, of course, the soundtrack featured on the built-in sound brick. So get ready for a trip down memory lane and be inspired to make your own music history. I didn't realize that either. I knew you could stick your phone in and like play music through your phone through the sound brick, but I didn't realize you could do that other stuff with it. So they show, like, of course, you know, artistic. It says sound brick. When you turn your LEGO Icons radio on, you can mimic a switch button between FM and AM radio and turn the turner dial to search the airwaves for your favorite music or your favorite channels. As the dial turns, the needle moves and the built-in sound brick is activated. Keep fine-tuning so you can listen to all the sound bites from each station. The LEGO Icons team has created a unique sound experience exclusively for this radio, and every bit you will hear from the sound work was scripted, recorded, and edited by our team, except one. Listen closely and see if you can guess which one. Or at least I think you can play like your phone music through it, because they talk about sticking your phone in there. So that's what I assumed. Play your favorite music. Enjoy the class experience of listening to your favorite radio hits. Insert a finger by the red brick on the back of your radio to remove the panel. Attach your phone and inside the frame and start your playlist. Yeah, you can play your playlist through the radio, like one of those portable sound speaker things. Okay. On certain sets, I like to do the web sharing if I have the digital directions, and that way you guys can look at those first couple pages with me. Okay, so bag one is bag one and this brick. So, snickety snackety time already? Here I am trying to keep this straight and it turned the whole thing down. and brick tax. Okay. Well, let me get my snickety snacky. I have pickle cashews. Pickle flavored cashews. Yeah, I have first, second, and third on there. It's turn. That's a little better, but not crazy. Okay. Now we need. It's alright. Sometimes it acts weird. Like, it'll say, like, it's taken. And so the person will take second, and then the person who actually came in second will take first. And they're like, what the heck? So there's your brick tax. Oop, let me switch to the next page. Pickle Max. Let's see. First, snickety snackety, pickety tax. And I'll do my hydrate now. I had trouble deciding what to make today. I was like, I don't even know. They're like 10, and I want to do them all now. So I was like, okay, we're just gonna have to, pick one. So I was like, okay, we'll do this one. It's a Tuesday. It's a shorter stream. Okay, so one. Sorry, I forgot about making sure my camera arm was aimed properly before I started. Oh, I want 6 across. 1, 2. Okay, then it was Speeds. Nope, not you. Sorry. I poured like the little baby bag that comes with it, but I didn't like spread it out. So now, of course, I can't find the piece I'm looking for. This camera is still, there we go, a little bit better. Okay, it was this piece. Oop. I think I'm probably gonna have to take my phone like out of its case in order to put it in, but we'll see. Because in the beginning of the book, it looked like whatever phone they used, radio is the case now. In those beginning pages, it looked like the phone wasn't in a case. And even if it was, I always buy those like super duty cases, like 8 layers of protection because I drop stuff all the time. So I buy like the super heavy duty cases. Could you imagine that, like taking a phone call through the case or through the while your phone is in the radio? Okay, it says. Yeah, just shouting at it. Why do you sound like you're so far away? Because I'm talking to you through my radio. My daughter had her birthday party this past weekend and had some friends come over. It was the most easily I've ever entertained teenagers in my life. They were just obsessed with the amount of Legos. It did prompt me. So we had a tree fall on our house. I don't know. September? August, September? I don't know, sometime in there. And we had. Yeah, and the motorcycle. They were like, this is amazing. Your parents are so cool. But we had to clean out like store our stuff so that they could repaint certain rooms. So then we of course, changed the layout of the way we had things. So I've been like, putting things back away where they need to go just cuz I don't want to do it. That's cleaning and I hate cleaning. And so having the party this past weekend did prompt me to get some of this stuff put away. The Bunnery Escapade. Okay, so there's that. She was supposed to have an archery tournament this coming weekend, but they have since said they won't be attending this one. Okay. 1, 2. Yeah, it looks like a 4. Ah, it was hiding. It was hiding. I do wish that you could have like the 3D directions when you like on the computer, instead of just on your phone. Because sometimes being able to turn it just that little bit does help you figure out where they want a piece. Okay.
We have always lurked among you.
Have fun! this piece, this piece. Part of the reason they've decided not to do the competition this weekend is because they don't really need the points. And because Arkansas considers archery a club, not a sport, they don't get the same kind of funding, and they do try to keep costs down. Like not charge you a crazy amount of money to even participate in the sport. So they're a little lower on funds, and since they don't need to attend the competition for points, they've decided to opt out of this one. Plus, we might get more winter weather. But I'm holding it wrong. I was like, why is this not? Oh no, I'm not. Okay, never mind. I was like, why is this not right? It was in fact right. One too far back. There we go. Oops, sorry. I got out of frame. I had put this on one too far back, but I fixed it. Okay, since we want this and upside down. Get in there. Okay. Make sure everything's squeezed together properly. I don't know what it is. I feel like this is not how I normally have things. Like I'm out of frame constantly. I don't know. It says James Clark. Oh, let me zooms in because apparently I'm blind. Oh, there it is. James Clerk Maxwell, a Scottish scientist, first predicted the occurrence of radio waves in 1860. I don't know if my mat is at a different spot or what, but I keep feeling like I'm at a place. Like things are at a place. Maybe let's try. Okay. Backing up and out of the way. Sorry. It's a delicate balance of where the heck do I put this thing? Sometimes I move it because what I'm building is smaller and I want you guys to have like a better view, and then but bigger things then it's hard to get like in frame. So and I have to move it and I didn't think about it before I started streaming, so shame on me. Yeah, like today I think what it is today I feel like behind. Like it sounds stupid, but it was a hair wash day, and when I have like hair all the way down to my butt and it's curly, so there's a whole process to washing it. So I was like, I'll take her to school, and then I'll come home and I'll let my son get a shower before he has to do school, and then I'll get in the shower. But now I feel like the whole day is like perpetually off, and like I'm consistently running behind. And I do hate moving the camera more than what is necessary, like during a stream. But it's just one of those things, I guess. Sometimes you have to. Yeah, like there's 10 million things I need to do, but I haven't done any of them. Okay, we want this one first. My guess is this space here, this hole, will be in case you need to plug your phone in while it's in there. Like, even though your phone is going to be sideways, like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Flip it around. Oh no, here, I was like, so we kind of have like a, I imagine when it's, that this is kind of the, true. But I always feel bad when I like find myself like constantly like moving it, and then you guys can't see what I'm doing because it's over here. So then I like raise the camera, but then I can see it in like the me camera, I call it, and then I'm like, I can see a little bit. So then I gotta like move it up and over, and before I know it, I think I've driven myself more insane with it than you guys really care at all. Set that up over there and find bag 2. I feel like they have been putting like less pieces in each bag, and so like the the sets have more bags, but there's less pieces in each bag than there used to be. I don't know. I guess the real test will be, and part of the reason I think I'm correct about this is because I looked up. So I got Hogwarts Castle, the big giant one. It's like 6,000 pieces, right? I got it right before Christmas, like on like Black Friday. They had all those gift with purchases, and I had saved up a bunch of like $200 worth of points to get off the set, so it was like a more reasonable price. And so I looked up the directions online, just curious how many bags were in the box. And as long as I looked at the directions correctly, which you never know, there's only like 24 bags. And I was like, well, Gringotts had like 42. So I'm wondering, like, I guess that'll be the test. Like, how chock full are those bags? Yeah, because I was like, I got Gringotts last year when it came out, and it had like 42 marked bags, and then like 3 more bags that had like other parts in it that weren't marked, like rails and stuff. And so I'm like, if that giant thing has more pieces than Gringotts, but it only has 24 bags, those bags must be like shoved to the max full of pieces. But I remember even building, like not that long ago, I started building during the pandemic, but I didn't start streaming till like 18 months ago. But I built like the treehouse one, and I feel like it had a lot more pieces in the bags and stuff like that. So I don't know, but I'm eager to see like the difference in bags. Like, I shouldn't say bags, but like pieces, the amount of pieces in each bag. Maybe it's just me and there's not really that much of a difference. I don't really like 100% know. The Streamid Raiders. I forget what side. I mean, it won't let us move anyway, so why not? I got the 3 new botanical sets that came out at the beginning of the year: the bamboo, the mini orchid, and the pretty and pink bouquet. They're my mother-in-law, bless her heart, I love that she doesn't try to guess. She just gives me a gift card. So between that and a set my sister-in-law got me that I already had, so I returned it, I got all 3 of those. I figured we would lose, honestly, because we ended so close to near the boss that I figured it would have us like way more people than we had. Archers, I think is the other one. I like my penguin archer. Okay, apparently it was not my archer. Oh, it was tanks. Oops, oh well. Okay. But yeah, between those things, I got those 3 sets. Yeah, I opened it and she was like, "Do you like it?" And I was like, "I already have it." And she's like, "Oh, I was like, "Don't feel bad. You'd be hard pressed to find a smaller, inexpensive set that I don't already have." So I am not at all like offended or upset that, you know, it's really a stab in the dark. Okay, you pieces get up there out of my way. Yeah, I was like, she's like, "Oh, you do?" I was like, don't be upset about it. Like, honestly, I didn't even like for the last several years, the adults haven't really exchanged gifts. Like, we give my mother-in-law gifts and she gives us gifts, but we haven't bought gifts for like my husband's siblings. Because there's just so many of us, it gets really expensive. And so I was surprised that they even had stuff for us, and I was like, "Oh, now I feel bad because I don't have anything to give you." Um, so then she was like, "I'm sorry, I already have it." It was the Mandrake, which I have right over there. Um, but I was like, honestly, you would be hard pressed to find a set, that wasn't crazy priced that I don't already have. So I am not upset at all. I love like overhearing people's conversations, like in the Lego section at different stores. They're so expensive. They're just plastic bricks. I don't understand. They're really, really expensive plastic bricks. Has gone the no presents route for right. Like usually, what do we get my mother-in-law this year? Well, we thought she was gonna come with us to my husband's middle brother's house for Christmas. So we got them all matching pajamas to match with us, so we'd all match on Christmas morning. But then she wound up not going, and I was like, I'm not gonna return them. So we just gave her them anyway, and we got her something else. Like, so my father-in-law, who passed a couple years ago, really loved the Alabama like college football team, and now she's kind of gotten more into it since his passing. I think, like as a way to stay connected to him. Right? Like I'm super excited. Like people are generally excited, but then they're like, "Oh my god, they cost so much." They're just plastic. Why do they cost so much? Because they're expensive plastic. It is definitely like a pricier hobby. Legos is as a whole. Yeah. So we've been doing matching jammies for the last several years. So but yeah, so we got her this, what was it? Maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I got my husband this kind of, so my husband likes the Arkansas college football team. They're called the Razorbacks, but it was like a 3D stadium. So you looked at it like a picture, like a portrait, but it was layered 3D down in for the stadium. So you could see like the different layers of seating and stuff. So because my mother-in-law has kind of like taken up the mantle since my father-in-law died of like his love of the Alabama football team, we bought her one similar, but like of course of that stadium to go along with her jammies. But yeah, I mean, we get the kids stuff, but my nieces and nephews, 3 of the 4 are teenagers or almost teenagers. I barely can figure out what my teenagers want, let alone somebody else's, so they get gift cards. And in the past, I have tried asking, like, wait, I'm the type of person who likes to shop like in advance. I hate last minute things. It makes me anxious and nervous, and I do everything in my power to avoid that. So we've tried asking in the past, like, what do they want, like, super early, and we wound up not really getting an answer, and then me having to like guess. So I've just stopped guessing and they just get gift cards. I would rather them go get something they want than something I think they want. So I was like, I'm not. I've get it up. So the 3 of them opened it this year and they're like, yay, gift cards. And I was like, I don't know what you guys like. Listen, I barely know what my kids like. You know, something you want that you've been saving for, or that your parents don't, want to play entirely for by themselves, like maybe your parents will pay the difference, whatever. But I would rather you get something you want. But I listen, gift cards are my favorite type of thing. Like, I love when people get me a gift card over like trying to guess what they think I'll like. I put that on wrong. There we go. My one nephew was like, "Ooh, I can put this towards my guitar," and I was like, "See, there you go." And my niece was she drives now. She's old enough to drive, so she's like, "Gas money." There you go, gas money. Okay, yes, you have a good sleep. Thank you for popping by. Oh, I don't know why I wanted it to do it like that. That's obviously not right. Yes, that. Oh no, over, not under. Okay, I will figure this out eventually. Eventually. There we go. Welcome in. How are you doing? We are building the Lego Retro Radio today. And I keep putting pieces in the wrong place. Luckily, we're pretty near the beginning that it's not super crazy when I put a piece in the wrong place. How are you today? How was your weekend? Okay, this way and this like this, like this. Oh, that's good. You're welcome. Thank you for popping in. You weren't supposed to pop off. You were supposed to stay. doesn't show it like one way more than the other. So. Okay, we want this here. A wild clam pearl? Yeah, clam pearl. Why do I feel like you keep bendy? So this set was on my wish list for a while, and I got it for Christmas. It has a sound brick, and sorry, it has a sound brick, and it plays like curated music, but also you can stick your phone in it and play a playlist through the speaker from your phone. And it's supposed to have like an on, like a working kind of on off button, and like a switch from like AM to FM. It does a lot more than there's a lot more features to it than I realized when I put it on my wish list. Okay, what's this piece? Like this, and then it wants us to slide it on. So I think as we go, it'll have a lot of like Technic aspects inside. Technic pieces always make me nervous, and then I check my step like 500 times, because a lot of the times, if you put those in incorrectly, they're harder to fix. So I have taken to like checking a bunch of times. Trying to make this kind of flush with the piece here. There we go. Okay, then it wants us to attach to that piece and click in there. So we have like, you can move across this. I'm sure eventually it will like connect to something, and it will, as you move one dial or whatever, that'll move. Yeah, that's what it's saying, that you can move it up and down. So I have the sorting hat, which was the first set to ever have a sound brick, and I think this is the second set to have a sound brick. Oh, I see. My brain is like, what does it want from us? It wants us to be able to process information, and apparently today we can't. No, excuse me, don't do that. I'm supposed to go on there, like this. Okay, and then, yep, even. I got What did I get? I think I got the Sorting Hat like right around the time it came out. I have a habit of not getting a lot of them like right when they come out, especially the pricier ones. But I was worried that this would be one that was kind of like in perpetual back order. So I did get that one. Like right when it came out. But a lot of the times, especially like streaming them, a lot of like when a lot of big sets come out, like everybody's building them at the same time because they're new. So I try to not, do that as much. So a lot of the times I'm not building like the current new big set. It's like an older, not terribly older. Well, Porsche race car have sound in the remote control if you count that. Hey, it counts. You have the what is it, the little like remote control you can use like add to some sets. My husband has a train that he added that to. He bought the pieces. Sorry, I'm trying to figure. Oh, there it is. I was like, where did that piece go? Or where does it go? I haven't added like the gear motor, whatever you want to call it, to any of the sets. Like I have the haunted house where you can buy those pieces and add it to the back, so then the car will move up like automatically. And I know you're supposed to be able, I think, to add it to the original roller coaster, not the loop one, but the other one. But I think the only thing we have it for is one of the trains. I mean, the lighthouse I have, it's powered, but it came with it. I didn't add it, like, so. The little light at the top moves around. Okay, it has a little factoid here. It says, the piece is used as a stopper for the on-off switch was originally created as a roller skate for Lego minifigures. So it's the little roller skate piece. Like this little red piece. Let's see if they give an extra one. Here we go. Looks like a little roller skate. Even has like the little like brake stopper thing on the front. Ooh, mouse, what are you doing? Oh, I was like, where's the click in? But there's no other clicky in. Pointing to that for? Oh, I guess because they want us to move it down further for some reason. Maybe because of what we're gonna work on. Oh, I see. They want us to. Yep, just over first. There we go. But yeah, so I imagine something will click into here, and then like it'll run across, and you'll move back and forth. We're gonna have ads in about a minute, and this was the other part we built. So maybe this will wind up going like at the top here, maybe. Not sure. We're gonna have ads in in about 30 seconds. They will last for 3 minutes, but then we'll be good for another hour. They do support the channel and the platform, despite being annoying. If you are a subscriber or you have Turbo, you don't have ads. It's a perk of subbing, and the turbo, that's the whole point, is so that you don't have that. But yes, we will be in ads, and then we will be back. Try to open them without scattering, everywhere. I really want a set that has paper bags. I only had one set that had any paper bags. The whole set wasn't even paper bags. It was just, it had one paper bag in it, like holding a little bit of piece. So we want this. That's the piece I thought it meant. Ah, I'm looking for black. It's dark. Oh, look at that. This is probably the tuner. Yep, that's what it's showing on the next page, that you're showing this. That goes back and forth. There we go. Accidentally bumped the mouse and sent it page forward. And then another page forward while trying to turn it back. Oh, that's what it was showing. I was like, I don't get it. Because it's one of those days. Oh, nope, they want it flush. Then stick this one. Welcome back. No one missed much except for me messing up again. So we put this piece down here, and that does, in fact, turn this. My guess is it's going to be the tuning dial, like, you know, choosing the radio station. Circle, circle, there you are. There's the white. That's gonna go there, and then this is gonna go there. A wild Pyukumaku. Listen, I'm horrible at pronouncing these Pokemon names, so I'm gonna set that up right up there. Oh, they're like bricks that say like what radio station you're at. So we should have this, and this big one. Two of these. Two of these. One of these. This. And this. Okay. Wargaming, welcome in. I hope you've been doing well. I need to I need to make a note to add you to my shout out thing, because I am horrible at remembering shout outs. How have you been? We are working on the retro radio today. Was it fun? Did you love it? Which one was it? I have all the questions. I'm doing good. We my daughter's turned 16 tomorrow, and we had her party this past weekend. I have the weirdest teenager ever. All she wanted was a potato party. Like, I made a bunch of baked potatoes, and she had a baked potato bar for her birthday. And invited like 4 friends over. So we had like pulled pork, and I made like taco meat, and then of course, you know, all the traditional things: butter, sour cream, bacon bits. But that's all she wanted, was a baked potato birthday. So that's what she did. She just invited friends over, and they spent most of the day here hanging out. Then getting like obsessed with the amount of Legos in our house, and so we offer, as they got older, we offered them the choice to have a birthday party at home or like somewhere close, you know. Like last year when my son turned 14, he wanted to go to like a jump zone. So we took him to a jump zone place, like the trampolines and rock climbing walls and all that kind of stuff. Oh no, I don't want that one. I want this, a bonus for so that's what he chose. So if you have a party at home, you get like a bigger gift. If we go somewhere for like an experience, then you get like a souvenir thingy from wherever we went. We've done kind of different stuff in the past. Like we've gone to Great Wolf Lodge. We did like an aquarium place. We just done all kinds of stuff. But she wanted a party at home and to have her friends over for a potato bar, which they all loved the baked potato bar. Yes, our youngest turned 6 on December 30th and wanted to go to an indoor trampoline park thing. Yes, they love them. And I mean, honestly, they are fun. We spent like most of the day there. The one near us... Ooh, I have the Charms class. Yeah, listen, honestly, when I first started doing the Lego Harry Potter, I was like, man, I wish I could get the castle because it's like $500 or almost $500, which is crazy. And at the time, we were not as financially sound as we are now. And I was like, man, and the lady at the Lego store, she's like, I'm going to level with you. You get more things just buying all the little pieces, and they connect in the end anyway. So don't feel like too bad about missing out on like the big set, you know? She's like, save up for it. So that's what I did. I saved up and I just got it like on Black Friday. But when you combine all the like little sets over the years and stuff, you do have way more of the castle than you do, I think, from the big castle. So the Charms classroom, it actually works with another set. Yeah, so it's the Allery, the Boathouse, and the Charms, I think it is. They go with the Great Hall. They connect to the Great Hall set that just came out not too long ago. Because much like Star Wars, there's like multiple versions of sets. Like I have the big Diagon Alley that's like 5,000 plus pieces, but now they're releasing a smaller Diagon Alley. They had the Wizarding Wheezes, and then the Robes and the Wand Shop together in one shop, and the Weasleys in another, and they still connect to make Diagon Alley. So there's like varying sets, like bigger sets or smaller sets, kind of the same thing. So they released a couple years ago the Great Hall, but now they've released another Great Hall that I think is, I want to say it's slightly bigger than the older one and has like some of the castle grounds on it. So they all connect. Yeah, they'll kind of all connect. You can't see it and it's at a weird spot, but I took 8. Yeah, the 24 and 25 sets. I took 8 sets from like what year? Like maybe 21 and 22, and combined them all together, and they make like a bigger piece of the castle. So it's like I don't think it is. I have the old Hagrid's Hut, and in my pile of backstock, I have the new Hagrid's Hut. I think it's just a bigger version of Hagrid's Hut. Because the smaller one I have had like Hagrid's Hut, a little like pumpkin-y patch type thing, and a small Buckbeak. Like just like one of the horse outlines, and you stuck the wings on it. But now they have a whole Buckbeak set by itself and a bigger Hagrid's Hut. So I think it's just like a bigger version of it. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to get all of them in any way. Yeah, because this is, let me show you. This is, come here. This is the older Hagrid's hut. It's like, you can clip it together. Well, you can't really clip it like a closed one. It's meant to stay open. Yeah, you can kind of, I would say maybe more like play scale. And then it came with, like I said, it came with this little Buckbeak. You just, like I said, it's like a horse body that you just kind of, they modified a little bit, and it came with like this little pumpkin patch. And the executioner, because you know in the movie they're gonna Buckbeak. So that set came with the executioner as well. But the newer set is like a Buckbeak by itself, you know, a substantial build all by itself. Right. There are several things like that. I honestly, I really, they've done Gringotts. They've done the castle. They've done the bank, or I mean, what was it? The bank, the train, the main castle, the hollow, or the burrows. I want them to do an Azkaban. I want a giant, like 7,000 piece Azkaban set. I will give them all my money. It'll cost all the money, but I really want a giant Azkaban set. I have the Ministry of Magic set too, but honestly, it is not the most exciting set ever because you build like 2 panels and then they bridge across. Like you build like a little thing that connects them. It's not the most exciting set ever, and I think it was like only $100 when it came out. Like maybe like 3 years ago. One of the sets I like the best is oh, what's the name of it now? It's in the later movies when they go to that house that hides. So the Lego set looks like 2 buildings, but then you can pull them apart and the hidden building comes up. And then when you want to hide it, you like pull it closed and that building goes behind the others. Welcome in, Alex. And they did like a little set that was like Fantastic Beasts too. It was his suitcase, and when you opened it up, there was like 3 different creatures like came with the set, and then it was like, yeah, for the Order of the Phoenix, yeah, the hiding house. I love that set. It's probably, I like the whole like mechanics of it. Yeah, Griswold Place or something like that. Yeah, I like that set because it like hides and comes out. It's not the biggest set ever released, and it was, again, I think it was one that was like 100, maybe 150 when it came out. So it's not by far any of the bigger like ginormous sets, but I love like that whole like complexity of the things moving. Okay, did I get all my pieces? I did. But that is one of my favorite sets. I would like if they would do a bigger / better Ministry of Magic one as well. Put that in the right place. No, one over. But yeah, the Harry Potter sets can get addicting real fast, and then before you know it, you've spent way too much money. Speaking of Harry Potter, look, we have wands in the radio. I bet they're going to be tuning needles. Could easily go wild on the Harry Potter sets, but I'm not giving up the Star Wars or the Architect themes, so I have to limit myself. on to the current Hogwarts Castle connecting sets. Yeah, and I mean, I will say Target puts them on sale a fair amount. There it is, hiding. Okay, so we want to put it. We're getting to the Technicky piece, or the Technicky aspect. And now begins the I don't want to mess it up freak out stage. Because with Technic, sometimes if you mess it up, like put it in the wrong place, it's hard to undo. So now here's me freaking out. Like, don't put it in the wrong spot. I mean, I like the aspect of like Technic where then it's moving and things are happening, but at the same time, it always kind of like freaks me out as I'm building it. Like, please don't mess up. Please don't mess up. Don't mess up. Okay, it has a little factoid on this page as well. Let me gather the parts and then I will read it. Okay, white, black, red, 2 blue. Okay. I learned that Barnes and Nobles has them. Yes, and then you automatically get 10% off. And it's the same at Target. If you're part of their Red Club, then you get 5% off. Yeah, you earn money towards gift certificate, and then you can use that money towards Lego. Oh, I'm gonna totally butcher this name. Guglielmo Marconi, an Italian inventor, is credited as the inventor of the world's first radio. His first radio signal was successfully sent and received in 1895. Wow. I didn't realize, like, I mean, I knew radio as a whole was kind of older, or, you know, like an older technology, but I guess I didn't realize, like, quite that old. Okay, self. We should have put that other piece on first. There we go. But yeah, we used to be members at Barnes & Noble, and then we moved, and there really wasn't one close. So, so we let it lapse. But I have, you know, considered getting it again. Because you're right, they do have a fair amount of Legos, and then every time you buy it, you earn points. And that's why I buy mine at Target sometimes. The Marconi wireless. Oh, I didn't even put those two things together. That he created that. Very cool. I mean, obviously, the Titanic sunk anyway, but I'm sure it didn't have anything to do with the radio. There was, I think, the Titanic. I've watched, like, documentaries, you know, kind of about it. And it was like one of those perfect storm of events. They didn't have enough lifeboats because it was unaesthetically pleasing. Then, you know, they missed seeing the iceberg. You know, like if they had seen it earlier, they could have done different things. And then there was something about, like, if they had turned a different way, it wouldn't have cut it into the ship as much as it did. But yeah, there's a whole Titanic-y thing. Barnes & Noble is about 15 minutes away from us. They also tend to have, yes, they tend to have old, like older, I want to say older, but you know what I mean? Like, popular sets that are sold out at other places, they often have. Right? Yes. I love Barnes and Nobles. We are reading addicts in this house. So, any excuse to get more books. But yeah, we lived in the middle of nowhere, North Dakota, about an hour and a half from the Canadian border. The closest even tiny town to us was 30 minutes. We literally lived in the middle of nowhere. Of if the radio or the telephone came first, the telephone was invented in 1876, so that was first. It was invented first, but did it have its first? Like, I guess then it questions, like, what kind of trend really transmitted first or was, like, used as a whole more often first. Okay, this doesn't look different from one side to the other. Let me go back up and check, Alex. It said in 1895 that it had its first signal successfully sent and received. Oh, they did show us something. There is a slight difference, I guess. Is it a difference, or is it just because... I don't know. We'll just go with the way the picture shows it. Shows it like this. And then these two. Oops, sorry. I turned a little bit so I could see the direction better. And then... Okay. Okay, so once it... Okay. Like this. So it went in right here. So this thing, this knob here moves this already, which I'm guessing is going to be the tuning thing, like, match your radio station. And it's saying, looking at it. Okay, this way. That's why I was like, why? It doesn't look like what I think it should look like. And that's because in the picture, they, like, in the close-up, they turned it, but not in the step. That probably doesn't make sense, but... So they have it like this, and they want... They want it to catch right there. Which is okay, but why does this keep coming out? Yes, but no? Because they don't show that out. They want... Okay. Sorry, let me fidget with this, because obviously something's not quite where they want it, because this other piece keeps popping out. There we go. Mal? Welcome in, Mal. you today? We are attempting to figure out this radio. Okay, it did give you a shout out. Once in here, in there, and then like this. Haha. What kind of game is? I assume it's a game. What? I guess what kind I should say. So it says, or shows in the picture, not says, but that's just how they want it. It should sit right in between those pieces, and it does on an angle. It's a gacha game. It's kind of like an RPG, basically, with quests and whatnot. Okay. Yeah. So in the close-up, they have you turn it like this to see this part, but in the main step, they still have it like this. And that's why I was getting confused. Well, welcome in, Rados. Hopefully you had a good weekend. Sorry, I keep confusing myself. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. It's Technic, and I'm consistently worried I'm gonna put one piece wrong but not realize it till 30 steps later, and then you can't really fix it without taking like everything apart. That's a long, well, I always like that's a long time to play a game, but I've played Satisfactory for like, and it calls you out. It's like, you've been playing for 6 hours. Remember that breaks are not part of the Fix-It employment plan. Well, welcome in, and thank you for bringing your peoples here. March 10th, 1876 was when the first ever phone call was made to Thomas Watson by Alexander Graham Bell. Okay, so then it was first, because the other one was like 1895? Yeah. So the phone was first. The other great debate was, or I guess like, kind of like the space race, was the race for electricity between Nikola Tesla and the other dude. But everybody was scared of Nikola Tesla's version of electricity, because basically you would be the conductor in the room, like the orbs and everything. So I watched this this one page, and they call themselves like Weird History, and they had a thing the other day where they were talking about like things or people that were alive or conflicts that were happening at the same time, but we don't equate them in the same way, like Martin Luther King and Anne Frank being alive at the same time. They was, like, and I was like, well, I guess we don't. Like, things you think happened at, like, great differences throughout history, but really didn't. Just because of the way we view them or the way they're talked about. A wild Dunsparce has appeared. It was interesting. They had like, I don't remember all of them, like 5 or 6 things, and they were like these people slash events all really kind of took place at the same time, but we don't think they did. Like in our brain, we process them as having happened at like way different times. Oh, on, off, blank, blank. So Joe was ill enough at school today that they didn't have him in class. He actually told them he was in pain, but they didn't bother to call me to come get him or to give him painkillers. I'm very close to pulling him out of that school for his safety. I mean, I do think it's worth a talk with somebody higher up the food chain. Because this is a like consistent issue. So we have our off and on, off, on. Because, I mean, do you guys, I mean, the whole schooling system I know is different in, well, it's different from one country to another, but especially between, like, Europe, the UK, and here, there's definitely a big difference. Do you guys have the option to homeschool, or is that not really like a thing? Or can you just opt for him to go to a different school district? Or would you have to really, like, you can't do that unless you move? And I mean, then there's still the question, like, of even if you move and take him to a different school, will things really be any different there, or will you run into kind of the same problems? Just making sure I have the right piece there. So you have like your on off button. Because I mean, it's definitely not good if he doesn't, like, if he's in pain or doesn't feel well, or, you know, any of those things, and he goes to them and they don't really do anything about it, that's not good. I feel like I need 10 hands for this step. Okay, so in theory, off, on, off, on. No one caught the pokey pokes. Okay, I put that piece on there, but then my brain's like, did we do it right? Okay, so they wanted it like that. Let me put this on. We have the option to homeschool, but I'm not capable of doing it. I'm going to start looking into different schools he could go to. It's if they offer a bus to get him there. Okay, I wasn't sure. Like I said, I'm not familiar really with like the totality of how that works because you are in a different country. But okay, and I know uh when we were in like we were never in Germany, but I know when like through people I know who homeschooled when they lived in Germany, they were told like you had to be careful about like taking your kids out in the middle of the school day because they would like want to know why your kid wasn't in school, and like saying we're American military and we choose to homeschool kind of didn't always go over the best, but that was 20 some years ago too, so take that with a grain of salt. Things have definitely changed since then. I'm just not sure like the totality of how much they've changed and things like that. Linda Pin.
Beedo,
Oh,
Beedo, Beedo.
welcome in, Crazy. Oh, Lynn, we're going to lose. I'll put my other guy out. Plus, there'll be less people this time. That is not what I meant to do. There it is. Try to poison you with raw chicken. Well, I mean, it is the Chow Hall on an army base. But rude. Okay, it wants me to turny. Put this piece here. And this piece here. Yeah. That's no Gouda. Listen, pork and chicken make me nervous. Like, I always make sure it's done. Where are you, geese? Okay, it says this piece goes in between. This piece right here, hard to get on. I gave it back to them and said that the chicken was still clucking and needed to go back in the dryer or in the fryer for a little long. Okay, let's try this way. So That's it. It doesn't quite want to go on. Oh, that did go on much nicer. Then it wants this piece. Yeah, no chicken that's still clucking. I mean, really, I don't eat any meat unless it's pretty well done, but definitely chicken and pork are no-nos. Was it that one girl posted on social media? She found a new way to eat chicken, and it was like raw chicken tenders, basically. And she was like, it's rare chicken. It tastes delicious. And somebody was like, you're going to get salmonella. And she's like, I'm eating chicken, not salmon. Like, okay. Okay. You're right. You eat your rare chicken. You win. Eat your rare chicken. Okay. I'm not. This is not my circus, not my monkeys. Right? Like, you aim high for that Darwin Award. I hope you win that Darwin Award. Okay. Set this over here for a second. This. Like, sometimes you just gotta let nature take its course. Okay, it says this. Turn. Trying to make sure that this is pushed back far enough, you know, like all the way on, but it just keeps slipping out of my hand. Okay, what's that? Okay, then the other one and this. Then we come back to this. Make sure our little balls are all, you know, pointed in the right direction. There we go. This. There it is. I was looking for the wrong color. No wonder I couldn't find it. Oh, it says just even with the I passed my qualifications evaluation for Operation Section Teeth. I didn't think you wanted to be the boss. Okay, it says wants it just like that, where they're barely through and they have this spacing. Okay, and then they're gonna... like, I thought you didn't want to be the boss. Like, yay! But I thought that you definitely didn't want to be the boss. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I put this at the right spot.
Hello there.
Welcome in, Scotty. How are you doing today? I'm not going to be a branch manager. This is just for the EOC activations. Oh, okay. Just spoke up. Well, good morning. Sometimes lazy mornings are needed. Plus, depending on when you work till, it's, you know, sometimes morning is 5 o'clock if you work overnight. Welcome in, KK Builds. Good evening to you. Afternoon to me. I had to catch the Pokemon. Yeah, his response. Oh, look, a Pokemon. Welcome in, everyone. We are working on the retro radio today. I am going slow because I have this paralyzing fear when I work with Technic that I'm going to put something together wrong and not notice it for 20 steps, and then the mass take apart has to happen in order to fix it. I love the typewriter and this build and stuff like sets that move, but I also am in constant fear that I'm going to put something together wrong. So it's a wand. Man, I was right. My guess was that it was gonna be the needle. Okay, there's a little tidbit factoid thingy. It says this minifigure magic wand is introduced here in red for the first time. The tapered shape fits nicely as the needle slides left and right. So it'll be like the tuner. And we have our off on switch. Quick attacks. And hydrate and snickety snackety. There we go. Okay. So we have this piece on there. I was gonna say that doesn't seem long enough. It's because it's not. But that's why we have that single piece. How are you liking this set so far? I really like the sets where things move and stuff, but I also do have, like I said, this paralyzing fear that I'm going to put something at the wrong spot, and then I won't be able to like fix it without like massively taking the set apart because it is a Technic. So I have to like check each step 3 times and then make sure I did it right. But I'm really liking it. I loved the typewriter one too. I have pickle flavored cashews for my snickety snacky. So no snow this weekend, but maybe some Monday through Wednesday. So maybe more time off. I want to say the school thing said there's only like 3 snow days built into the schedule. So they've used 2/3 of them already. Like I said, I love like the sets that move and stuff, but then I like when we get to that kind of section, I start building really slow because I'm like, okay, I don't want to put this in the wrong spot. So we lift this up and then you can tune to the radio. And so this one has a sound brick in it, like the sorting hat. Plus, you're supposed to be able to put your phone inside and play like a playlist, and it'll play through the sound block. Kind of like a, or like, I guess not through the sound block, but it'll play through the radio, kind of like, a, you know, it'll sound like the radio's really playing. And there's supposed to be like designed sounds, like songs on the sound block. That sounds pretty cool. I know. They just set it up for us. All the puns. Okay, we need this piece. This piece. And this piece. So it's funny, I was, doom scrolling as I can't help myself but do. And this girl posted, she goes, I have been conditioned by living in the north where there's lots of snow to like shovel my sidewalks and my driveway like as soon as I can. She goes, but here in Arkansas, they have a different method. Just wait a day, it'll melt. She goes, so here I am with my driveway shoveled and my sidewalks, and everybody else is just like, it'll melt tomorrow. Because we got, I don't know, 4 inches or something of snow. Like last Thursday night into Friday morning. Which, over the grand scheme of things, it's not a lot of snow at all. But in Arkansas, it's enough to shut the whole state. Yeah, they don't get a lot, and 2 days later, it's going to be back up to 40 degrees, and it's all going to melt and be gone anyway. So nobody bothers shoveling. Never, ever, ever. I make mistakes all the time. I'm like, oh, that didn't go there. Well, good thing it's bricks, I'll just take it apart. Sometimes it's the figuring out where you went wrong that really derails it. We're going to have ads in about a minute. They will run for 3 minutes, and then we'll be good for another hour. I know they're annoying, but they do help. The pennies add up. If you are Turbo, you don't get ads because that's the whole point of Turbo. Or if you are subscribed, you don't get ads. Maybe the odd typo. When you focus on chat. Sometimes you're like looking at it and you're like, why can I not figure out like which way they want me to put this brick? And that's kind of when I do it more often than not. When I'm not like 100% where they want me to put it to begin with, and then I'm like, oh, I put that on there wrong. Let me adjust that. That is not where they meant for that to go. So they want this. Okay, did I? So I'm like, yeah, that looks right. And then they just turned it sideways and stuck it like right here. But that, oh, it does fit. It's just a snug fit. Even with like these two. I've never built a set that wasn't missing something. I guess that's true. If you never build, you can never make a mistake. So there's another factoid down here. It says, the sloping element has the perfect geometry to make the sliding block function work. It allows you to play the sound brick while selecting stations. Wow, Scott, I think I've only had 2 sets that were missing a brick besides the mock build. They're missing because Scotty drops them on the floor and then the floor gets a new brick. I think he's got a counter. Somebody has a counter for when they drop bricks. It's like the floor gets another brick or something like that. If you want advice on fixing mistakes, ask GH for help. We log each one, and the bot keeps count. I will say, I have been watching people. So Carrot couldn't find a piece one day on his desk, and I was like, under your left hand over here, and he was like, how did you find it through the computer? Like, that's amazing. Women truly do find everything that's lost. And then one time I was watching Mr. Harrell, and I was like, and he was like, what? I was like, one too far back, like you're like one row too far back, like where you clicked it. And he was like, huh? And he looked up and he was like, huh, I am. Good save. I am getting ever encroachingly closer to that horrible fact that I'm going to run out of room. I don't want to admit it to myself. It's like books. You don't have too many books. You don't have enough bookshelves. Just buy more shelving. You're like, you could like check mark off literally every piece and get to the end, there still be something missing. I believe that. I drop enough things. And if I don't drop it, the cat steals it, so Not too long after we got the monster, I was building, and then it was like a community build, and I set the piece down because, community build was over. And then I went to grab it again, and I was like, where did it go? And I was like, did I drop it? And I was looking all over for it. Nope. Carrot managed to clip it, of the cat literally picking the piece up and running away with it. Like, she did it so fast, I didn't even see her do it. And last year I built the dried flowered one. I bought 3 of them and made the wreath one. And it was sitting on the table, and she has been systematically taking it apart. I had to bring it in here where she can't get to it. Yeah, I wasn't even done. She just picked it up and ran away with it. But yeah, she's been systematically taking apart my wreath on the table. So we had to bring it in here, and I need to I don't even know what's completely where everything goes. I may have to break down and take it completely apart and then build it again, because I've built it 3 times already, but that's not enough to figure out where everything goes. Yeah, and to make sure everything's there, because I have no clue. You know that it has the little tree pieces? She found one in between the couch cushions the other day when she was looking for something. The cat took it all the way into the living room and hid it between the couch cushions. So like this, up and down. And that. I see. Yeah, so I was like, well, I guess that's a project for a day. Yeah, really, because there's so many tiny pieces in that set. I know there's going to be pieces missing. That's it. There'll be a channel of just the mischievousness that the cat gets into. Honestly, I think she does it at night when nobody's awake. She's like, well, how dare you all go to sleep and nobody's paying attention to me. I know, I'll take your stuff apart. Yeah, like a GoPro collar. Just put a night vision camera on her. Come on, pinch down. Last night, we went to bed, and she didn't want to come lay down. And then, you finally turn the TV, the lights off, all that, and you're ready to go to sleep. And then she was like, okay, now I want to come to bed. And so then she couldn't get in, I guess, the way she wanted to, because of the way we were laying. And I swear she like nipped my hip like to get me to move. And I was like, ow. And then she was like, oh, good, made a space. I'll just sneak down right in there. She's such a turd. But what was I when I had the sinus issue right before Christmas? I was using like Vicks, like the roll-on, and she came in the bedroom and she was like, "Oh, what's that smell?" And like she's like, you could see her little nose just a going, smelling the air. And then she was like, I don't know what's going on in here, but I'm not sleeping in here. And then she wouldn't come in.
We have always lurked among you.
Time for the next meeting. Have fun at your meeting. It probably should have been an email. We hope you and the chicken is... But yeah, she wouldn't go in there. And then she didn't really want to like go in there at all until I washed the sheets. And then she was like, oh, okay, I guess this is fine. So she definitely does not like Vicks. Like the roll-on stuff. I was like, well, every month when we have to give her flea medicine, we'll just, you know, I don't know, somebody will put a little Vicks on too, because normally on the nights when we give her like, because it's like the liquid stuff you put on the back of their neck, then she can't sleep in the room with us while it's wet, you know, because if you wind up wiping it off on the sheets or whatever, and then it doesn't do the job it needs to do. So she'll like cry and scratch at the door all night. And I was like, well, problem solved. She doesn't like Vicks, we'll just use that. Okay, Streamrados. Come on, mouse. It's high ground. Start. I swear, sometimes I press it and nothing happens. There's still no music for Streamators. I haven't seen any updates about it. That doesn't mean there wasn't one and I just missed it. Whoop whoop, we did it! We beat the boss. We did get one upgrade. I think there's an Amazon. It just place more Amazons. That's what I thought. They've been doing that with Quest lately. It'll be like place 2, then place 3, then place 4, but that's fine. Yeah, we bought her like this window perch thing so she can, you know, watch outside. And that's where she sits most of the day. But something about like it not being on her terms, and then she gets to become a pain in the butt. We put her little jacket on and her harness and tried to show her the snow outside, and she was like, she just kind of sat down on the step near the house and was like, what do you want me to do out there? It's cold, let me go back inside. Okay, this and this. Yes, I did that correctly. So for Fancy, for her birthday, we ordered her a new rock tumbler, a quieter one. Because of the way like we moved things around the house after the tree incident, it made it so like where she had her rock tumbler before, she can't really put it there again without it affecting Boy Wonder while he's trying to do his schooling. So we bought her one that's quieter, and then of course the weather made it so it didn't come in time, and we're still waiting for it to come, which is annoying. I'm going to have to contact Amazon and be like, I understand weather, but oh, it didn't go down as far as I thought it did. Why are you not? Oh, I put it the wrong way. That's why. But she also got this pigmenting conditioner, so it'll change the color of your hair without using hair dye. Yeah, that's what she got from like us and her brother. And then one of her friends got her a book and like a Steam gift card or candy, and the other friend got her a Steam gift card and some candy. And then one of her friends who couldn't make it because they kind of live a little ooh, there we go. They live a little further out, and her parents didn't want to drive in the snow that was still down, which is understandable. She came by yesterday. What? This is supposed to turn at some point. The new worm gear element makes the dial slide and transfers movement across functions with one control. So it shows this moving, but I don't know what's making that move. This is on and off. And then this is this. But her friend yesterday was already kind of going to be in the area, so they stopped by and gave her gift. And she got new D&D dice, but they have books inside of them, like open books. So of course she was like over the moon. And then because tomorrow is her actual birthday, we always let them pick a restaurant, to eat in for their birthday. So she picked the Hibachi place, which does not surprise me at all. Just about any time you ask her where she wants to eat, it's always the Hibachi place. covers some of that. And Amara. So we invited family to come, but budgets and scheduling and things like that, like being able to get there at that time during the week, etc. I think it's just her grandma coming, her nana. I don't know why I did that. It's not that like that. It's this one. But her aunt was at her party this weekend because she had a potato bar. That's all she wanted. Like, she had cupcakes, and then I was like, what kind of food do you want? She's like, I want a potato bar. So we had a baked potato bar. A wall or a side or however you want to put that, I think is what we're building. Anybody have any sets or games or whatever you stream that you're excited to do? Okay, so there we go. So our first side. To turn this way. I had a hard time trying to decide what I wanted to do today because I got a fair amount of sets from like sales at the end of the year and for Christmas, so I was like, I want to build them all, so I had to choose. But Tuesdays are shorter for me, so I was like, I'll go with this because it doesn't have as many pieces. Okay, this other side. It says before the transistor radio was invented, previous radio models used vacuum tubes that allowed electrons to move from one end to the other. That's probably why I thought the radio was. Well, I guess not. It's still old. Only a couple extra pieces with that. So, this is where we're at. We have our sides done. Our top and our knobs here, which this turns it on and off. So, and then you select your radio station. This is bag 5, and it had 8 bags and was just over 900 pieces. I meant for this to be like one stream, but it might wind up being 2, depending. Because silly me, I did not anticipate when I was thinking about it how much I slow down when I do Technic, that it might not be enough time. Come on. Says when the transistor radio was invented in 1947, it became easier to manufacture small, portable, and affordable radios. Yep, I saw that wasn't completely clicked on there. One, two, three, 4. Boy Wonder did make a snowman in the bit of snow we got. He was very excited. But he didn't think about where he put it, which was directly in front of my car. So, thankfully, it wasn't a very big snowman, and it was already pretty melted. When I left to take Fantasy to school yesterday, because I pretty much had no choice but to hit it. I didn't even ask him if he took a picture of it with his phone or not. I think this is the bottom, I want to say, but not positive. There we go. Now we got this lip. Yep, I thought it would be the bottom. Let's see. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna build the top, so I'll set it back up that way. Yeah. Look on. One, two. Oh, Kitty's at the door. Let me know I'm not giving her enough attention. And then this again. I guess it really, well, that's Okay. So that one's already there. Then this one. Ah, for holding in the phone. My guess. Like, this will be kind of the lip where that kind of fits in between, you know. Okay, so once this. Oh no, on top of each other. Okay. Like this. That's right. Okay. Now this. So we have the single, a big one, single. Okay. This. No. Oh, no extra pieces in this bag. Okay, then flip like this, and it goes right there. Then, like this. This is where Mr. Hurl's hammer, his little tink tink tink, would come in handy. So this is the back so far, and then the front. So we have basically like the shell box done. This bag didn't have very much in it at all. About 3 minutes left on Stream Raiders. It will be our last one. Just to be on the safe side. Well, I don't know. We could probably do one more. Okay, so we're building like the guts inside now, basically. Let's spread these out a little bit. this. Okay. That one put up a fight. It did not want to get in the hole. That's right. I still haven't made my what do they call it? Like book prediction list for the year. Like you basically predict how many books you're gonna read. Usually I go over. I think last year I didn't quite make it. Tinkerbell Gaming and Linda Pin. Thank you for joining and helping out. Boop boop, we did it. Ooh, and some more laurels. Oop, and we got another level. Some more meat. I don't think I've gotten any of the skins. Nope. We'll do one more. So I'll pick last battle. There we go. Okay, we want you here and here. Double up. It does say 3, doesn't it? Make sure I'm not losing my mind. It is probably literally right in my face, and I'm just looking over it. But, yep, right there. I want to lay it this way, but this, I mean, the pieces in the back kind of stop it from really sitting that way. Okay, now we want 7 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Come on. There we go. It says the first song ever to be broadcast on the radio was "Oh Holy Night" on December 24th, 1906. We're going to set that aside. I don't know if you guys enjoy knowing or hearing the factoids they put in there, but I like them, so. 2, 3, 4, 5. A wild galvantula, I guess like a spider one. No, thank you. Now I guess we're doing kind of the other end. Two, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we merge the 2. Ooh, yay, it's not a sticker. Nope, not that. What these? A little bit too far forward. Just one extra brick. Okay, it says 2, 1, 1. One, two. Ooh. Then all the way across, we got these little ladder things. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. All that's going on in my head is 1, 2, buck my shoe, 3, 4, shut the door, 5, 6, pick up the sticks. Okay, more little ladders. This is what we're looking like on the front. It's just easier to add the ladders standing up so you can press them down real well. Yeah, you were not squeezed on. So you have like grading, like where the sound is going to come out from. Alright, it says AM amplitude modulation and FM frequency modulation are two different ways to send and receive radio signals. We'll be in an ad soon, and then they will go for 3 minutes, and then we'll be good for another hour. Oh, last bag. More Technic-y type parts. And here's our sound brick.
Another beautiful sunny day. Okay, caller, guess that sound.
A hippopotamus sneezing. It's good for the astronaut and good for your family. Ham salad.
Okay. What do we got? Nothing, because it won't come out. Okay. What's 2 of these? And 2 of these. So it says put it through. Mhm. And that's all it shows for now. Don't see anyone longer, so. Oh, I see. Duh. Welcome back, everyone. You're on the last bag. With some more Technic-y type pieces. Okay, so red connectees on either side. Oh, okay. I was like, that doesn't seem right. I guess it's this one. Okay. Part the Red Sea. Okay, so it wants this. Okay, this. Okay. Then it wants this on as I like to call it, hitch piece. Because it reminds me of a tow hitch. And clipped around there. I did that a little backwards. So we'll switch it just to be on the safe side. Okay. It just set it in there. It doesn't say like click or anything. So, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 pins. Okay, so you take a pin here. Right? I was worried I wasn't going to get it done in one thing, but everything else came together rather quickly after that Technic bit, which is just I slow down because I know I will make a mistake, and then it'll take 40 and forever to fix. But this is our sound brick, and I think it's supposed to have like 7 different sayings. I try to do like smaller-ish builds on Tuesdays because I have to be in the pickup line for my daughter, so that way I don't right? Either that or I ones I know are going to be like a 2-stream or multi-stream thing to finish. Okay, and this one. And nope. The non-lipped one. Then probably the lipped one. Yep. Yeah, like Monday and Thursday, her dad picks her up from school because she has after school activities, and they're like around the same time he would get home anyway from work. So, oh, I was like, why is that not lining up? One too far over. And then I pick her up Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. I mean, we live in the same house. It's you know, but you know what I mean. But so I've thought about switching my Tuesday stream to like Monday or like Wednesday. But she still has an after school activity on Wednesday. It's just not till when he would be, you know, like when he would be getting home from work and just grabbing her along the way. Which would then mean I didn't have to like watch so closely about my stream, but or like just like changing my stream time, which I did a little bit, because on Thursdays I start at noon and on Tuesdays I start at 11. I thought about maybe starting it even earlier than that, like maybe 10:30, but I don't know. I've just been doing like smaller builds. Which is okay, because there are small, smaller ones. Or like I said, ones I know will take more than one stream to finish. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. I find it hard enough to commit to 1 day a week. Life can be so hectic with little kids. I mean, both mine are pretty much teenagers, but one of them doesn't leave the house for school. He's not homeschooled. He does what's called a program called K-12. And so it's all online, but he does it at home. So I stream Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. I do video games on Sunday. And it's like a 5-hour stream of just whatever video game or whatever craft I'm into at the moment. So there are 2 factoids on this page. It says the minifigure diving fin element is used as a switch for the AM, FM channels. So you left or right, or in the middle. And it's both. And then it's, it's just in another language. Sorry, not 2. It's a little easier because they're 14 and 16. So, not so, definitely when they were toddlers, I don't think it would have been something I could have really committed to. Okay, I see what it wants. But it still is my stream can vary because doctor's appointments or activities and things like that. Yeah, they can do a lot for themselves, but they still have they don't have school today, or they have a half day today, or parent-teacher conferences, or the one who stays at home, he'll have activities for his school or meetups and stuff. Okay, so we, got a plan for that, or just normal stuff, doctor's appointments, not feeling well. But yeah, overall, I mean, they're pretty self-sufficient on the other front. But sometimes I have to help with homework. I've been late to start streams because I was like, oops, sorry guys. I was helping with schoolwork and we totally lost track of time. I guess this is the right one. And I did hear Stream Raiders. So that goes in here. So that you can click your antenna down. It says AM has wider bandwidth and coverage than FM and is easier to detect even with simple equipment or if the signal is weak. Okay, let's click to this Stream Raiders battle. Boop, boop. I'll just keep letting random pick. We'll collect this. And what's this? A Gold Constellation Warrior skin. And we can upgrade upgrade our tank. And I thought west. Yep. That was our last stream raiders for the day. So they want this on top of this. Yeah, I feel bad sometimes because I'm like, for the most part, my stream is pretty consistent. But then at the same time, like, I do have kids. So there's gonna be times where, yeah, I plan something or I have to, and now I have to cancel it because I do have children. Or like, okay, I have to change my stream time or stream day this week because I have kids. Like, that's life. I feel like most people understand, and it's probably not as big a deal as I worry that it is, but it does then affect like you may have different people, or not, not as many people or more people sometimes, if you change like your day or whatever. Welcome in, Kevin. It looks like, come on, come in. So, I mean, it does affect things like that, but I just roll with it. It is what it is, and there's nothing I can do about it to change it, so. This is all we have left, guys. I'm playing some Satisfactory on my personal game. I have discovered the power of compacted steel recipe. I make so much with so little. Army and Crazy made a bunch of it on my game. And then last night they were like, yeah, so we were worried we didn't have enough. So they like tripled the recipe, basically. And now they have so much more than they need. Yes, listen, KK, everybody here is a little obsessed with that game. That's what I played on my Sunday stream for 5 hours. We just ran around, kind of building things. I say kind of because there are a lot of other people are building on my stream versus me really building on my game. It said it didn't see anything. Oh, maybe it was tiny. Yes, it's very fun. They have got me addicted. It started because I thought Ada was funny, and I was like, oh my god, that Christmas event, hilarious, I want to play. And I was like, I guess if it goes on sale, I'll buy it. And then, of course, it's Steam, so it went on sale. And now I'm just addicted to it. Well, it is actually, I'm currently addicted to Path of the Exile 2, but Satisfactory is my go-to building game for sure. So I play a lot of Dreamlight Valley, which I know isn't everybody's cup of tea, but whatever. But I also discovered this new game called Witchwood. It's pretty fun. I like kind of puzzly games, like where you have to figure things out. So in the late 1970s to early 1980s, most music stations switched to FM because the sound quality was better. Some news channels still use AM for broader coverage. Okay, so they're telling me flippy. So, you put your radio down and then you stick your finger in here and you pull up. Right. Then we take our sound brick and we put this piece right here and we slide. Okay. We slide it in here and then we put our cover back on. Oh, come on. Why are you being like this? $120 hours, 46 minutes in my personal game. I just finished most of the Turbo Fuel Refinery and the Compacted and Solid Steel Factory for the Pipe Beam and Encased Beam, Rotor Stator, and Motor Factory. I am on the last phase 5. On top of that, on the last like item, like I'm making nuclear pasta, which takes 40 and forever, but then I'm working on the ballistic thing, the ballistic warhead. Says we've saved the best for last. The new Lego sound brick is placed where it can easily be removed for maintenance. So yeah, you can just like pull it in and out essentially. So it's the final piece to place in the model. We hope you enjoy discovering every station on the radio. So this is the radio. We have our handle moves, so you can pick it up. We have an antenna. And then we have our station. So we clicked up on. Okay, it's not going anymore. Something happened because it moved just fine all that time before. Stuck for some reason. As before it moved just fine. I don't know. Because Lord knows I moved it back and forth like a bazillion times. Something is stopping it from going further this way. Right here. That's weird. When it's in off, it lets it move, but not when it's in on. So I'm going to have to fix that, because it should move in on, not off. But at least I figured out what it is. But this is the sound brick.
Okay, caller, guess that sound. An air conditioner on a submarine. There's the attempt. It's gonna be close. Goal!
It says like 7 different sounds, and you're supposed to be able to put your phone in here, like back here, and play like a music, and then you'll hear it outside the thing. And you can see that this moves to like click it, so that it clicks as you go over the different stations. It clicks the button and basically tunes in to the different stations. So I will fix that when I get home from the bus stop, and I will put it in Discord, or I'll do it on Tuesday stream, or Thursday stream, whatever day stream. Whatever day that is. There we go. But I will fix that when I get home, so that it works next time. I think we have rocket fuel right now. Oh, I see why. Okay, boys and girls, this is our finished thing. And like I said, I figured out what it is. I'll have to mess with how I wrote in there, because when it's off, it allows me to like move all the way across. But when I'm on, it doesn't. So I will have to figure that out. Let's find somebody to raid into. Oh, Carrot's still on, and he won't care that that I'm raiding and running. So let's raid. Carrot. Cleric. Thank you for being here, KK. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. If I can figure out how to type now. There we go. Thank you, Mal, for the raid. And thank you, everybody, for hanging out and building or watching me build. I will figure out the placement. I know what happened. It's the one thing is turned just right, which is why I worry about Technic. But that should be easy-ish to figure out. And then I will show everybody on Thursday, and I'll probably put like a thingy in my Discord for you guys to see. But this was very nice. I'm excited to hear it like actually work once I fix it. But thank you guys so much, and hopefully I will see you guys on Thursday.